welcome back to Haste Kitchen. Now I think I have got one of the best recipes possible for you today. We're going to be doing some beautiful buttermilk chicken, finishing that off in a spelt brioche, and then topping it off with the most showstopper, pickled, spiralised slaw. It's good. Now, I've got my Morphy Richards Spiralizer Express, which I've shown you all before, which is an awesome bit of kit. It helps you to get your 5 a day into you. You can put fruit through it, vegetables, not just courgette, you can really mix it up. So today we really are going to mix it up. We're going to be doing some ribboned avocado, and we're going to do some spiralised carrot. I'm going to finish that off with some lovely jalapenos and some pickled cabbage to try and get that lovely pickled slaw sort of taste. So into our bowl, we're going to go into a shredded red onion. And then we're going to go in again with about 2 or 3 handfuls of really finely sliced white and red cabbage. Give that a little mix around, making sure that's all broken up together. And then we're going to spiralise 1 carrot. So I'm going to put my spiraliser blade in first of all, chuck on my lid, in with my carrot, and off we go. First piece done. I'm going to flip that out. I'm going to put back in my ribbon blade. And then there, we've got our lovely spiralised crunchy carrot. So that can go in the bowl. Again, give that a good mix round. Now generally with the carrots and things, I just try and break them up a little bit so you just got a little piece in there rather than too much. Here's a little trick for you. Get yourself a hard avocado, which is how I prefer it. You can actually just peel it. So, I'm going to peel the outside. So to run a knife through that on both sides. I'm only going to need half of one of these, but that's your avocado, peeled, and that can go straight into the ribbon attachment on the spiralizer. Then into that, we're going to go in with our gorgeous ribboned avocado. Now this is where we're going to put a slight twist on things. We're going to go a little bit spicy on this. So I have got some small pickled jalapenos. I'm just going to roughly chop them up, and then into that I'm going to go in with probably about 3 or 4 of these, so not too much heat, just a little element of spice, so that little bit of surprise when you bite into the burger, you get that little kick through. So into there we're also going to go in with some really thinly sliced tiny mini gherkins. Chuck them in. Now to make that a little bit more pickly, you're going to use about a cup of the pickle from the same jar. A small splash of red wine vinegar over the top. Give that a really good mix through. So there we go. That is my super simple spicy slaw. Let's get on with the buttermilk chicken. So we're going to bring some oil up to heat, ready for frying the buttermilk chicken. Now, we've got about 100 grams of spelt flour here. You can use whatever flour you want to use. And then in here, we've got about 150 grams of buttermilk. Now, if you can't get buttermilk, you can just use yogurt and a little bit of milk and mix it together, and you get kind of the same sort of effect. Into our flour, we're going to go in with a good teaspoon of oregano, a teaspoon of black pepper and white pepper, and then 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and paprika. Give that a really good mix up. Now with the oil, you want that on about a medium heat. You don't want that to be too hot because you don't want it to burn the chicken too much. So you're just going to grab your chicken breast, introduce that to the buttermilk, get a good coating in there, and then let the excess drip back off. Into your flour, both sides, give it a good cover, making sure it sticks to it completely. And again, back into your buttermilk. Again, let that drip off. Any excess, coat it again in your mix. Good coat in that flour all the way around. And that's what you're looking for. Shake off the excess, I'm going to pop that straight into the oil. Repeat again with the other one. While that's crisping off, we're going to go back to our Spiralizer Express. We're going to take 1 potato, and drop that inside, and just spiralise a whole potato. There we go. Perfect curly fries. I'm just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper on those. I'm going to gloss off some of that moisture. I'm going to pop them in the fryer while the chicken's resting. So they've actually had about 4 minutes either side. I'm just going to take them out, put them onto a draining plate. Now, with our spiralised potato, that's going to take about 2 to 3 minutes as well, just to lovely crisp off and get that lovely brown colour you want for these chips. So they're done. How good do they look? So while they're draining off, we're going to get a little bit of mayonnaise. If you want to know how to make my mayonnaise, you can go along to one of my recipes, just search it in Haste Kitchen. And I'm going to add to that about 1.5 teaspoons of gochujang, which is just the hot Korean chili sauce. Use whatever chili sauce you want. And it's going to mix that through, and that's going to give it that extra little bite that you want when you bite into that burger. Right, into this we're going to go on with a roll. How good are they? So, they've just been cooked off of the oven, so they're still warm. Just made some little spelt brioches. Now, if you want to know how to make these, super easy to make. It's a spelt variation. God, that's going to be so good. Just going to cut that open, and onto there, we're going to go on with a good tablespoon of our hot and spicy sauce. Don't be shy with it. Good amount like that. Onto that, we're going to go on with one of our big chicken breasts. We're going to take our potato crisps. I'm just going to scatter them to the side. Good handful of our slaw, just over the top. Doesn't matter how messy that is. Just want to make sure all those flavours get in there. A little bit more sauce on the back of our roll, just to finish that off. How good does that look? So there we go. What's not to like about that? Seriously, that's my beautiful spiralised spicy slaw. We've got that succulent buttermilk chicken breast served up in a spelt brioche, and these perfect little fries. Look, how good are they? If you want to know more about the Spiralizer Express by Morphy Richards, click in the description box down below. That will also take you through to tell you a little bit about their Cook and Crate app. If you do recreate this one, which I hope you do, hashtag me as Haste Kitchen as always. I love to see your recreations, and I try and repost as many of them as I can. Anyway, get recreating. I'll see you soon. Cheers then. Bye bye.